What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel and a POV video of my Supra. So I'm gonna walk you guys through real quick what's done to this thing, because the last in-depth POV that I did, a lot has changed. So you guys might not notice it on the outside, but definitely under the hood we've got a good amount of changes. So this is my daily driver if you guys are new to my channel. And this has now over 63,000 miles. So if you guys are new, I bought this in November 2020 and I've been driving it a lot. I bought it with 6,200 or some odd miles and I've been driving it almost every day since. So let me walk you guys through what I've done to this thing. So outside, we have a carbon fiber M style mirror cap. We have raised TE37 Sagas, 18 by 10 in the front plus 25, 18 by 11 in the rear plus 34. Tires I'm running on them is 275 35 18. And in the rears, I have 305 35 18s. I'm running Nitto NT555 R2s in the rear for traction. And since I'm located here in Texas, we don't have to deal with a lot of snow typically. And then in the front, I have the Nitto NT555 G2s. As you guys can notice, it's super clean. I cleaned it just before this video, just to make sure that it does look top notch for you all. On the back, we have Saibon TD style wing. This is full carbon fiber, but I had it paint matched on the sides with the rest of the car just so it looks cleaner. I'm not a big fan of full carbon wings on a car that's other than black. It looks a little bit tacky, but that's just my personal opinion. I have eBay special rear spats. These are not actually carbon fiber. I couldn't bring myself to get carbon fiber for the exterior just because I know it's going to get wrecked because it is so low. Side skirts are MFR engineering and it is metal. I am lowered on Eibach Pro lowering springs, and that was already on the car whenever I got it, and it rides pretty good. To be honest, I do have the ZL1 rock guards on both the front and the rear that you guys can see. And then let's go back to the front here. And then I'm running Maxon Design front splitter. So this is not chassis mounted like my old MFR engineering was. I switched out to this because unfortunately, the MFR engineering splitter ended up getting destroyed with the wear and tear that it had encountered throughout its life. And then I do have Rex Speed carbon fiber bumper garnishes, I guess you can say. And I mainly got those to add a little bit more carbon, but also to hide that blemish over there in my front bumper from a plastic hitting it. But all in all, on the outside, I'm keeping it pretty simple. I try not to go too crazy with the exterior. I do have one and only 86 badges on both the front and the back. And these two badges, the Supra and the GR badge, those are from Titanium Works. So previous owner actually got those and put them on the car. Looks really nice and makes it a little bit different. You might notice that I have a single exit exhaust. That is the RK Titanium signature exhaust. You can get them to exit either on the driver's side or passenger side. And as you can see on the passenger side, I do have an exhaust cover. So pretty simple, pretty understated. All right, so I'm going to walk you guys through what I have done. This is where a lot of the changes that I have done so far. Bam. Previously, I had a pure 800 setup with a stock intake manifold, but now I have aftermarket intake manifold, still 1000cc injectors for port injection, still flex fuel, still tuned by Mikey body, tuned by Mikey since, I don't know, 2020, early 2021. Top mount 6870. The kit that I have is a Vendetta Racing turbo kit, and this kit is discontinued. I did have a KLM kit, and as of the making of this video, I still am selling it. So if you guys have a 2-port, which is a 2020 Supra, and you guys are wanting a 6870 kit, hit me up on Instagram and we can work some numbers out. KLM catch can, and my downpipe, main difference between a lot of the top mount kits that are available right now, such as KLM, P-tuned, Titan, ETS, is that this is a 3-inch downpipe, so a little bit smaller than what a lot of people are running now. But I'm not too bothered by it because I'm not really aiming for absolute top power. So this is more for responsiveness, and you guys will see that later in the video. This is where a lot of the work has gone. This also has a built transmission by Brian Scholl, located here in Dallas. And his company name is Applied Torque Solutions. Instagram is on the screen, so if you guys are interested in a transmission build, definitely hit him up. Let's go ahead and drive this thing and show you guys what it's like. So this is Callus. You guys can hear the sound of that RK titanium exhaust. So we're going to do this all on sport mode. Pretty much, for you guys that are wondering before we drive, is that in normal mode, this car drives like stock, to be honest. I do have the XHP transmission tune on this car, stage 3. Slight modifications, but it is mainly an OTS transmission tune. If you guys do have that, that is what I'm using. Typically, Brian suggests running stage 2, but really that's up to you. Main difference is that stage 3, it's a little bit more aggressive, and then whenever you turn all the stability controls off, so whenever you hold the stability button down, you'll see VSC off. That basically is the race mode for the car if you keep it in automatic. But we're gonna leave this on because it is a little bit cold today, and my tires would need a little bit of time to warm up. So we'll go ahead and do it in manual mode. I do have burbles turned off, and this is my my map 2. So today, just because I don't want to get it too spicy, this is on my 30-pound map, which is about 700-ish, mid 700s. Definitely makes the right sound. So we'll roll back here just so you guys can see me turning the steering wheel more than usual because we don't have that many nice twisty turns here in the Dallas area, unfortunately. Everything is just all straight line highway. So again, I said that this car is lowered on iBock Pro lowering springs. Rides pretty good. No complaints, no changes in my thoughts from when I did my suspension thoughts way back when. Silk quarters pretty flat, predictable. Relatively, and for a young guy like me, this doesn't bother me too much getting in and out of it, but I know this low door sill can kind of be a problem. But once you're in here, it's not too bad. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but the rear wing does not obstruct my rear visibility, so that's always good. So now let's get out of this park, and then we'll get on the highway so you guys can see me unwind this car. Makes all the right sounds. Wastegate was cracking open there, or wastegates I should say. Can never get sick of those turbo sounds. So for me, I don't daily drive it on my kill map, so I do have 4 maps on this car. Map 1 is about 26 pounds. Map 2, which is what we are on right now, is 30 pounds. Map 3 is on 36 pounds, and map 4 is 40 pounds. So on kill map, this car should be around 850, 900. But Mikey is coming here later in the week, so we're finally gonna get numbers on this thing. Super excited. I don't know if you guys can see this on the camera, but we do have 63,340 miles on this car, and I don't think I'll ever get sick of this. I did just wash the car, so I kind of don't want to crack the windows, and plus it's super windy, but hopefully you guys will hear the sound when we go under the bridge. I'm not going to try to talk too much in this video, just so you guys can really take in the sounds. We'll get on this. Traction control. Woo! Hit the brakes. It is spicy. It is spicy. Definitely over 100 miles per hour. You guys can see traction control kicking in. Once it's definitely warmed up and the tires are, I didn't get a chance to air them down, but they're at 38 pounds and 73 degrees. Typically the ideal tire conditions is, let's shut this up, is like 25 PSI and like 100 degrees for the tire temperature. That's the sweet spot, but since we're not going to get anywhere close to that because the ambient temperature outside is 62, I'm not going to try to risk it. But it gives you guys a good idea of how fast this car accelerates. I don't have 6130 times yet. I do want to get it in more ideal conditions, so be on the lookout for that on my social media. Make sure to follow me on Instagram if you want to see the progress of this car and what else we have planned with it. But right now I'm pretty happy with how this car performs. Of course, next step is built motor and axles, and then I should be good to really enjoy it on the drag strip. But all the cooling, like radiators and all that stuff, that is still stock. So I haven't had any problems with temps really. And the great thing is that you can track everything through Ecutech. So let me pull out my phone. Is that you can customize the dashboard to have different parameters. So I'll show you guys this real quick before I do another pull. So mine is set up, as you can see here, ethanol content, oil level, fuel level, oil temp, coolant temp, and then oil pressure. All right, we'll do an 80 mile per hour pull. Brakes are working good. Yeah, let's see what boosts we hit. So my ethanol content torque is boost. All right, there you guys have it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that quick POV video. If you guys have any questions, hit me up on Instagram or leave a comment down below. I do have a lot of other videos about my car and other people's Supras on my channel, so check it out, and I'll see you guys on the next video.